Hey guys, and welcome to GFN Gaming. It's been a while since I played any kill team, so for my first video I thought it would be safer to start with something simple. So with that in mind, I've gone for a 100-point game and I'm playing the match play mission Sweep and Clear from the Kill Team core manual. If the battle ends because there is only one unbroken kill team on the battlefield, that kill team's player wins. Otherwise, each player scores 3 victory points for each objective marker that kill team controls at the end of the battle, and 1 victory point for each enemy model taken out of action by one of their model's attacks or psychic powers. The player with the most victory points is the winner. If there is a tie, whichever of those players had the lower force is the winner. If there is still a tie, the tied players draw and any other player loses. The Grey Knights list is 100 points on the nose and is made up of 5 models. The Justicar is my leader in this game and is equipped with the Nemesis Demon Hammer, giving him some punch in combat. My first specialist is a Grey Knight combat specialist, and I've equipped him with a pair of Nemesis falchions. With his combat specialism and the falchions, this will give him a good amount of attacks in combat. My second specialist is equipped identically to the combat specialist and is my comms specialist. He also has a pair of Nemesis falchions. My third and final specialist in the Grey Knights list is the Zealot. Again, I've equipped him with a pair of Nemesis falchions, meaning he will have 3 attacks on the charge at strength 5. The last model in my kill team is a Grey Knight Gunner with silencer. I do like to run full melee lists, although these kill teams are nowhere near competitive, so I thought it would be a good idea to have some range. Now for the boys in blue, the Ultramarines. The Ultramarine list comes in at 98 points, giving them a slight advantage should the game end in a tie. For my leader, I've gone with a Vanguard Sergeant and I've loaded him up with some fancy equipment. This guy has a jump pack, melter bombs, the relic blade, and a storm shield. I know I'm spending a lot of points on a leader who should be a scout hiding away in the back, but this game is more of me relearning the rule set than competitive play. My first specialist is a Stern Guard veteran with Combi Flamer, and he is my demolition specialist. My second specialist for the Ultramarines is the Vanguard veteran with jump pack. He's my Zealot, so between this and his chainsword he'll be getting 4 attacks on the charge at strength 5. My final specialist for the Ultramarines is my lucky sniper melter gunner. I think realistically this is just a bad choice. Between range and rate of fire plus the unbelievable swing factor of d6 damage, but I do just like a melter gunner. My final model in the Ultramarines kill team is just a standard tactical marine with bolt gun. The players roll off in the deployment phase, the Ultramarines get a double 1, and it doesn't matter what the Grey Knights get, because it's not a double 1. So Ultramarines get a 6 on initiative, and the Grey Knights get a 7. Moving on to the first psychic phase, and the comms Grey Knight specialist is going to try and take out that melter gunner. Getting a 9, with the +1 making it a 10, easily going off. I use 1 CP on Armour of Contempt, giving my melter gunner a 5+ save against mortal wounds, and he makes a save on a 5. CP well spent. On to the shooting phase. So the Grey Knight Gunner here is going to use Psychic Onslaught to give his silencer a +1 strength and -1 AP. 6 shots hitting on 4s, and that's 4 hits. With a +1 strength, this will now be wounding on 3s. Getting 2 wounds at -1 AP, giving the Ultramarine a 4-up save. Gunner rolls 2 2s and both shots go through. So I make a mistake here and I count the weapon as D1 instead of D3. However, I still roll a 6, meaning that the Sternguard veteran is still killed. This Grey Knight takes a shot at the TAC Marine, missing both. The TAC Marine will now return fire with just the 1 shot, hitting on 4s due to the range, but no obscured. He gets a 4 to hit and will need a 4 to wound. The TAC Marine wounds on a 6, and of course, he rolls a 1. Maybe a 4, 5 or a 6 roll for the Ultramarines, and rolls a 6, killing the Grey Knight Zealot in 1 shot. What a hero. It's time for the Ultramarines Melter, and he needs a 3 to hit at this range and gets a 5, wounding on 2s. And he gets a 6 to wound. It'll be 2d6 because he's at half range, picking the highest. And he rolls 2 4s, taking another Grey Knight out of commission and getting another point for the Ultramarines. This is the end of turn 1, and we'll move on to turn 2, the initiative rolls. And the Ultramarines get a 3, and the Grey Knights get a 6. Turn 2, Grey Knight's movement phase, and the Justicar with Demon Hammer is going to charge into the Vanguard Sergeant. Grey Knight rolls a 7, which will get him into combat. In preparation for battle, the Grey Knights use Heed the Prognosticars for 2 CP to give the Justicar +1 to all his saves. The Combat Specialist will move up to support the Justicar, and the Gunner will ready. Ultramarines move phase now, and the hero TAC Marine is just going to move out to get clear line of sight at that Combat Specialist now. Vanguard Veteran is going to jump over, advancing to get as close to the Gunner as possible, and with most of the targets now out of range for the Melter Gun, he's just going to move up to take that objective 4 in later turns. Turn 2 Psychic phase, and the Justicar will unleash a Psybolt into the Vanguard Sergeant. This will be a 4+ roll to get off the Psybolt. Oh sh**. The Psyker now suffers D3 mortal wounds, and that is 2 mortal wounds. And on 2 4s, he is indeed out of action. The Combat Specialist Grey Knight will take D3 mortal wounds as his friend erupts in warp energy. And on the roll of a 6, he is also out of action. Also in range is the Ultramarine Vanguard Sergeant, and he will take 3 mortal wounds. And on the roll of a 6, 5 and a 1, he will be also out of action. Ultramarines still have 3 CP and will of course use Death Denied to turn that out of action into just a flesh wound. Onto the shooting phase, and we have just the Grey Knight Gunner left in the Grey Knights team, but he will be firing first. This will be 6 shots, hitting on 4s, wounding on 4s, and that's 1 wound. And the Ultramarine does save. The Ultramarine does return fire, but misses, needing a 5 to hit. After the catastrophic psychic phase for the Grey Knights, they now must take a broken test to see if they are in fact still in this game. Rolling a 9, which is indeed above the leadership of the remaining gunner, and it means that the Grey Knights team is broken and the Ultramarines are victorious.